So my name's Hendrix. I'm the Senior Vice President of DSLD Mortgage. I'm over the loan officers, so the sales side of mortgage, the loan processors, and then some of the marketing side for mortgage. Some of the frequently asked questions that I get that I think would be good for us to cover about what does mortgage actually do? Because it's kind of like that black box. You just send your people over there, they come back out with a $300,000 loan and they can buy the house, right? So there's more stuff that goes on in there. We're always running incentives. We're always doing stuff to make sure that we can do the best that we can for our borrowers, our customers, and all the other team members here at DSLD. Some of the common questions that we get are when we're running an incentive. So if we're running an incentive, they're usually always tied to a date range of when the purchase contract had to be written. So just for an example, if the contract was written in April to get the 5.99 that we were running at that specific time, it needs to close by June, right? So if a contract was written in February and closes by June, it does not qualify, right? So that's a common question that we normally get. All the incentives that we run from an interest rate perspective are coming from that time frame of when was the contract written and when was it supposed to close and what was actually going on at that time frame when that contract was written. So that's where everything ties off of. That would help everyone to avoid a lot of questions if they understood that piece of it. The interest rates that we offer are very competitive. They're way below where the current market rates are at. So that's always a benefit. No, they do not get that if they don't come with DSLD Mortgage. I can't gift that interest rate to somebody else to give that to them. That's a question we get relatively often. No, the incentives are tied with coming with DSLD Mortgage. The closing costs, or if we're giving away refrigerators or blinds or fences in some areas, that's coming from DSLD Home side. I can't, from the mortgage side, say, yes, you get a fence. That's not, like, I don't do fences. Right, so no, that's not something that we do. We're more the interest rate side, and all the other like refrigerators, blinds, like actual concrete hard incentives that you get in the house come from DSLD Home. So that's a pretty common question that we get. So how are interest rates determined? That's a question that we get relatively often, and it's not as simple to answer, but I'm gonna break it down as quickly as I can, as simply as I can. Interest rates are determined mostly by a group of people, individuals called the Federal Reserve. They meet multiple times a year. They all are in Washington. They're elected to that board, the Federal Reserve Board. They meet 9 to 10 times a year, and they determine what the interest rates are going to be for short-term lending. All right, so mortgage is obviously 30 years or 15 years, so it's a little bit further out. So whatever they determine for a short-term interest rate usually is going to be a few percentage points higher for a long-term interest rate, just because you're borrowing money for a longer period of time. And there are a lot of market factors that go into it also. So it's not really one person that does it. It's the whole market coming together and kind of deciding on all those different things of where they think interest rates, inflation is going to come in at, where they think all the political discussions are going to come in at. And then the price that's on the market is the price that everyone kind of decided. So what DSLD can do to lower that effective market rate, we do a lot of volume. We sell a lot of homes. We do a lot of mortgages. So we can go and negotiate very similar to the way that a farmer who has cotton, but he doesn't know what the price of that cotton is, he goes and negotiates to sell it to somebody 3 months from now for a set price. So I can go out into the marketplace and negotiate to deliver our homes and mortgages to them, and they're willing to give me a discounted interest rate for the guarantee that I'm going to deliver them X amount of mortgage into the future. That's a beneficial relationship that almost no other home builder or mortgage company has the ability to do that. So that lets us have interest rates that are 1.5 to 2 percentage points below where the current market rates are at. So that gives DSLD a huge advantage to be able to market interest rates that are below where the current market rates are at by usually 1.5 to 2 points in some scenarios. That usually changes the monthly payment anywhere between $300 to $600 depending on that loan size, between us and another builder who can't offer that, or a resale home. So what that does is that it effectively grows our market share of the people out there looking to buy a house, because they can qualify to buy our house and get a bigger, nicer house compared to having to pay 8% and have a higher payment on a smaller house. So it really is a huge competitive advantage. that we've been taking advantage of in this marketplace here. I don't see that going away anytime soon because, like I said, is you really have to get into a very high volume game and build trust with your investors that you're making these decisions with, that they trust that you're actually going to deliver what you say you can deliver. And DSLD as a whole has had a great history of proving that record to everyone. So that makes a huge difference in the marketplace right now.